Hello, Walk Cook Walk side quest today. We're going to be, sorry about the jerkiness, I haven't got my gimbal with me. It's a bit wet and I don't know whether it's waterproof, as where my phone is to a certain degree. So I'm on the allotment today. I am going to collect my trail cam and we're going to be putting it in some woods that I'm going to be going back to possibly Friday, because the weather's going to be absolutely diabolical and I want to test my tarp setup skills, or I want to further my tarp setup skills by being able to block off the back and have a canopy over the top, which I've seen other people use before, so it shouldn't be too difficult. That's famous last words, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, welcome to the allotments. I've talked about this on my channel. I use some of the fruits that I get from here on my other channel, which is called Fermented World, where I brew beer, mead, cider and wine. Not as much wine as the beer and cider and mead, and to be honest, not as much cider as I'd like. I only do it once a year because it's hard to come by the apples. So my plot is here. It's a bit messy, but I am generally messy. So this is a load of stuff that was left over from when I actually took the plot. But what I'm coming here today for is my trail cam, which I'm hoping I brought the bloody key for, looking at it now. Is that my bloody gloves? Do you know what? I've been looking for these sodding things for absolute weeks. And I've left them on the allotment. That's why I've not been able to find the sodding things. Like I say, I'm a bit of a scatterbrain. I don't plan things very well. I always forget stuff. Do you like my little shed thing that I built? It's literally just pallets stacked on top of each other with some repurposed roofing. Might have to put these in the greenhouse, you know. Probably the only place where it's dry. I did want to get down here and have a couple of fires now that we're able to get rid of some of the rubbish. But welcome to my lovely greenhouse, which hasn't been used this year, as you can see. Pop that there, pop that there. Now hopefully they'll dry out a bit. At least I know where they are. I thought I'd lost them completely. But anyway, this is my blackberry patch. It's an absolute monster. It's all finished now. It needs a bit of a trim back before the winter, but it is finished now. There is nothing left on it. Right, let's get this bloody trail cam, which is here, and hopefully still working. I'm going to pop you over here while I sort it out. Let's see if we can get something to prop you up against, like so. Do apologise for the lack of audio as well. So let's turn this off, and what I'm going to have to do is, before I do go out, I'm going to have to go and double check whether we've got something that's still working or whether we are no longer working. And we're going to pop this in the woodland I plan to go to either Friday or Saturday. It'll be one or the other. Now you can pick these up for 30 quid. So yeah, I got this a while back just to see what wildlife that we get. I'm going to be taking my little lock with me because it's important so that no one can get into it. Unfortunately, I've got no other way other than this strap to attach it to a tree. It's like I've got no way of locking it to the tree as of yet. Can't really think of a way of doing it either. But there we go. My allotment. It's getting a bit overgrown now. That's where I had my potatoes. Courgette plant down there. Had pumpkins in here. That's where I need to put my shed up. Here. That's not my greenhouse. That's the next neighbouring allotment. Got some carrots still in the ground. All the weeds are coming up now though. But yeah, you know what? Actually, we'll just go for a little wander around the allotment. Might as well. Pop that in my pocket and hold that. And I can just dangle this at my side. But I definitely need that lock to be able to close it up. Not that I expect anybody to be in the bit of woodland that I'm going to be in, but there is a possibility that obviously anybody could be in there, go in there. It's not fenced off. Now there is a little bit of a path leading down to the back part of it, which is closer to the army barracks. But I'll try and show you some of these plots as well. Oh look, squirrel. He was fast, he was. A lot quicker than me. No trespassing. We're tired of hiding the bodies. There's another one that says trespassers will be composted. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Looking all good. Morning to you as well, Mr. Cockerel. Yeah, lady who's got chickens. But anywho, we're gonna cut out now and we'll be back later once we're traipsing across the dirty field that's going to be absolutely bogging and I'm going to be covered in mud. But ideas and wants and needs, really. Been wanting to do it for a while, so I thought, well, sod it, do it. It's not going to do itself. I'll see you there. Yellow finches, I think. Quite small. It's really difficult with jerky hands. Maybe, maybe not. Not sure. I'm kind of risking detection as there's a dog walker down there, but I'm not bothered. It's an absolute flipping quagmire in here. How they're going to be building houses on this, I do not know. It's never drained well, but we're going to try and pick our way through this absolute shit show without trampling down too many of the plants. I'm not even sure what that is. Looks pretty cool. I should probably take a picture of it, shouldn't I? And try and identify it. So anyway, we're heading over to the 11 Oaks, which is over there, looking rather lovely and autumnal. And we're going to be setting up a trail cam. Here's a little bit of footage I did get from the allotment. Oh my gosh, where am I going? Okay, so I mentioned about lions. So now let's see if they're in. This dude actually built an enclosure for lions. I'm going to lose a boot to this, aren't I? Whoa. It's literally like marshland, man. Yeah, so I've got a trail cam that I put on the allotment about a year ago. It's been collecting bits of footage. Nothing, it's not collected anything great, to be honest. Nothing to shout home about. A couple of pictures of foxes and stuff like that. Cats mainly cats. Oh gosh, my boots are sinking into the quagmire. There's a song there by a band called Manstead. Can't remember the name. Bit of a peculiar metal band. I think the song's called Into the Quagmire. But anyway, I'm going to be having some leftovers in the mess tin and a cup of coffee, and I just hope I've got everything. Because you know what I'm like for forgetting stuff, you know, like stuff that's like really imperative to the whole video that I'm making. Oh my god, squelchy squelch. So I found out what the difference between these what are these called, the black ones of these little mufflers that go on the end of your microphones, and the fluffy ones. Now fluffy ones are better in harsh wind and outside, and these are better indoors or in low wind. Now the fluffy ones can muffle some lower frequency or higher frequency, can muffle some higher frequency sounds, like birds and things like that, as where these tend not to as much. They still do, but just not as much. So yeah, just gonna try and get in somewhere where there wasn't actually an entrance then. So here we go. What's it got me on? Let go of me. Just clinking and clunking. So there's nothing, there's no new rubbish here, which means no one's been here, which is great. There is a hole in the ground down there, which I think is a fox den. So we're going to be setting up our trail cam possibly. Let me take this off first. Oh yeah, an update on the shoulder as well. Went to the doctor's and he's given me some ibuprofen gel. He thinks I've just pulled it from carrying too much weight around with me. I'm thinking, pop it on this beautiful oak. Look at that. Absolute beast. I want to see whether the things I put in the tree are still there, or whether squirrels had them. There's one of them on the floor. There's the king thing. Not sure where the queen went. Sorry about the crapness of the footage. Where did the queen go then? Can't be far. Unless they're divorced. It's probably the wind knocked it off. Oh well. We're in for some rain apparently. So I have got my tarp, but I'm just not sure as of yet whether I'm going to be setting it up. I'm hoping we can just get done what we need to do before it pees it down. But obviously if it starts to rain, I'll get it set up quick. But anywho, let me get the tripod out. I nearly didn't bring the tripod, but I thought, you know what, it'd be better than trying to hold it and lean it up against things. Okay, so we're gonna want, let's see if we can find all of our table making blocks. I scatter them around every time so that it looks like no one's been here. I think we'll just do with two. We'll see what we can do with two. That's not going to be very straight, is it? Maybe that one on the bottom. Need a stick. You can't beat a good balancing stick. Need a smaller stick. Just to pop under there. I think that'll do. It's not exactly straight, but we don't need perfection. We just need practicality, and that's pretty solid now. Okay, so let's double check that we've got everything. I think I have. I bloody hope I have. Although I did take out some jalapenos out the fridge and forgot to bring them. So yeah, we're jalapenos down, but they were an added extra. I think I've got everything else. I've got the milk and the sweeteners this time. Got the coffee bag from last time, and I've got the Trangia triangle. So this is the Trangia triangle's maiden voyage for me. I did have it with me last time when I did that failed coffee whilst doing a bit of a recon side quest thing, and yeah, it didn't go according to plan. I'd forgotten certain things. I couldn't get in the bit of woods that I wanted to get in, but you know, it was all right. I took it on the chin. You know, you can't win them all the time. Simple as that. You got to take one for the team every now and again, so to speak. I mean, it's not fun, you know, going out and not getting done what you was expecting to do, but again, you can't have it all the time, can you? So I'm going to be making a cup of coffee with the mess tin, and then I'm going to heat up some grub that was left over from last night's fajitas, while I was actually testing the seasoning that I made the other day. I've added more cayenne pepper to it. By the way, that's not booze, that is just water. I just thought it's a really thin thing, so it'd fit in the backpack nicely. I mean, even though I've tried to come out as light as possible, that bag was still reasonably heavy. I can feel it. But yeah, ibuprofen gel is what the doctor says, so that's what we've done. We've got some ibuprofen gel on the go, and this bottle is full, and I'm going to fill it up every time. I would rather carry the extra weight instead of fall flat of finishing a meal like on Saturday. I was so annoyed. I think I hid it pretty well, but I was pretty annoyed. Even though it tasted okay, it just wasn't what I'd planned. And this stool's ripping at the back bit. So I might just disappear rather rapidly. If I do, I apologise. There we go. Get that nice and full up. Let's move stuff that could cause us problems. Get my spoon and flint. I need to put some nodules on this somehow, so that I can tell which way it needs to go in, because I can never tell. I always put it in backwards first. Right, shan't need that again, so that can go back in the bottom of the bag where it's nice and safe. We'll let that heat up. Let's get the little pan on it and some water. I'm hoping we get away with not having to put the tarp up. I mean, I'm ready to put it up. That felt well weird, pouring a container like this into there. I did try and take it off, but yeah, it didn't really work. Tried to take the label off. So this is my trail cam. I can't remember how much it was. It was off Amazon. It's pretty decent, man. It's got a massive memory card in. Well easy to use. It's got a solar panel on it as well. Not that we're going to be getting any solar tonight, and the direction we're pointing it in anyway, it isn't going to get any sunlight because the sun's over there and passes over. Oh, it might get a little bit of evening sunlight tomorrow, but it's going to be collected probably tomorrow night or tomorrow morning, because I'm a bit worried about someone just walking through and being like, oh cool, look, a trail cam. I mean, I've got a lock for it to lock on that, but the strap isn't exactly secure. So while that heats up, I'm going to attach this to the tree over there, get it set up, and we'll see what we capture. Or I might even go and have a look over here, have it a bit closer to the actual den. Yeah. So let's let that heat up, and you're going to come with me, whether you want to or not. So this tree here looks pretty good because it's out of the way of that clearing as well, and it's going to be pointing exactly where that hole is. So I think this is the spot, guys. I think this is where we're at. And I'm going to have, so the video that I showed you a second ago of the foxes, that was on the allotment, and I had it a little bit too high because obviously I've never really used one of these before, so I didn't know at what position to have it, how high to have it, you know, where the animals were going to come from. So I suppose it's just like trial and error, isn't it, really? I mean, that's nice and low. That's nice and sturdy as well. Let's get that clamped down. Let's wrap this around a couple of times and then just tie the loose bit off. Make sure it's not going to be setting it off. Okay, now open it up. Whoopsie daisy, that went loose a bit, didn't it? I think it's just the weight of it at the moment. So I'm going to just quickly load this setup. I'm going to need my phone, so I shall be back momentarily. Okay, so picture looks good. Now what we need to do is just switch it on. It's going to give me 3 seconds to get out of the way, which I'm not going to be able to, so it might trigger, but that's now looking over in that direction, quite low down. Let me see if I can get you the angle that it is at, kind of like that. So anything that comes along from over there, which is where we're going to be aiming at, should get captured. Should. We'll give it a go. What's the worst that could happen? So we've got some water for boiling. Oh yes. I'm not sure it's all boiling, but we've definitely got some water on the go. Yeah, it is. Nice and hot. Fantastic. Right then, so let's make a cup of coffee. I'm using decaf coffee bag. Oh, look at that. That works so good. Let's just snuff that out a sec to save a bit of fuel, because so I'm quite impressed with these coffee bags. I had one while we was down by the river that day, and I really liked it. Okay, those ones aren't decaf. The decaf is limited to one flavor, one amount of roast, kind of thing. But yeah, all in all, they're pretty decent. I'm just going to let that stew for a moment, and then we're going to heat up some fajita mix. Not sure how well that's going to go, but I'm sure it'll be all right. And you know, I forgot a plate. Well, you know, I'm sure we'll figure it out. I'm going to be eating it in a wrap anyway, so I should be okay. I've got some salsa. Just felt some rain. Yeah, I don't want to get wet. I'm going to set this tarp up. I'm going to put that coffee down there so that I don't knock it while setting the tarp up. I think that's not too warm. I was going to try and get away with not doing it, but someone gave me this stuff sack with a Trangia that I bought from them. It was inside one of these. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to put my tarp in that. I'm going to speed this bit up. Okay, so hopefully that'll fend the rain off us for a bit. I'm glad I did set it up as well. That probably needs dropping that side, if I'm honest. Or we're going to get a collection of water. I always tie them with some, like a quick release knot, so I can just quickly adjust stuff. Now my tarp skills are not amazing. I don't mind telling you. But, you know, practice makes perfect, doesn't it? Probably do a getting my jacket in. No point having a waterproof jacket if it's soaking wet. Is that gonna? It should. Maybe. Where am I going wrong here? I'm not sure where I'm doing it wrong. Oh. Right, let's continue with this cup of coffee. Just like so. Get all the get all the grounds out of it. Pop that back in its little wrapper. Take that with us because we leave no trace. Whew. I'm all warmed up now. I mean, this needs a wash, to be fair. It's a bit dirty. Packed it away dirty a couple of times. That's sort of how I wanted it. I mean, it's not ideal. There is eventually going to be like a load of water collecting here, but as it gets heavier, it may very well just trickle off. So we'll just see. Let's get the shiz in there. Like so. Get the little twig out of there. Trail cam set up. Couldn't find the twig. I can see something else in there now. I'm inundated by the outside now. There it is, look. Got you, you little bugger. Right, so let's get this fired up again. I have actually brought a lighter with me. I just don't know where I've put it. I think it's been buried under the... There we go. Let's just use a lighter this time. Put that in my pocket before it gets buried under the leafage. Move that. We're going to be using the simmer ring because we do not want to incinerate the food. Literally just some leftover fajita mix. Bit more than I was anticipating, but it's what we've got in it. It is what we've got. And I got some homemade coleslaw. Does anyone else make their own coleslaw? Because I tell you what, it's so flippin' easy. I could just eat that on its own. It's Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, gherkins, red cabbage, onions, and grated carrot. All chopped to as fine or as not as fine as you want. You know, bit of lemon juice in there. Oh, it's absolutely smashing. The kids love it. We had these last night and they're like, oh, I wish we had some of your coleslaw, Dad. And I was like, do you want me to make some coleslaw? And they were like, yeah. I made it, and they're all sat there waiting. Well, 2 of them. The other 2 don't eat it. I think that's closed off a bit too much. Oh my goodness, I'm going to burn myself. So the only problem with the triangle is you can't adjust the simmering very well. There we go. Let's get that's a bit more than now, isn't it? But yeah, they were asking for it, and I sorted it out for them, you know, because I like it as well. Got a bit of salsa. I didn't bring anything else. Didn't bring no jalapenos, of course. I was going to have jalapenos, but such is life, you know. What are you going to do? So I did actually plan on getting down to a place where I'm going to be potentially cooking this weekend. I might be cooking here. If my mate's coming with me, because we'd planned to do a walk, but the weather's going to be absolutely shite on Friday. 100% heavy rain for a very long period of time. And there's also moderate winds, 18 miles per hour. So it's going to be a bit breezy. But I was going to do a bit of a recon after I'd done this. But I think my estimation on how long things take is always less than what it actually takes. Not sure if everybody else is like that as well, but I just always think, oh yeah, it'll only take 5 minutes. You know, 30 minutes later, I'm still there cracking on at it. So let's get that put away before any creepy crawlies come after it. And the good thing about this is I'll be leaving lighter anyway, because I'm not carrying the water. Obviously, I'm carrying the water in me now because I'm drinking the coffee, but I'm not carrying it as actual weight on my back. I'll see how good this mess tin is. It just heating simple stuff up. Might even put the lid on, you know. No, because then I'm going to struggle to take it off. Coffee. Ah. Little blackbird. Female. I love birds. I mean, I've never seen anybody else in here. Obviously, there was somebody in here before because of all the rubbish I cleared away previously. So yeah, what do you think of these little side quests during the week? See, I don't mind doing them. I quite enjoy them. I've got to have something to do though. I'm not just going to go out deliberately just to make a video. I can't be bothered with that. Like I literally only came here to set that up, and I thought, well, I'll kill two birds with one stone. I'll have a flipping cup of coffee and a sodding meal on the Trangia triangle for the first time. No? I wish I had some hot sauce. Nah, I don't think it's heating up all enough, you know. I'm going to try and remove the doofer. Whoops. That's not good for anything that's living down there, is it? Let's bash it on like that and see if we can get this heated up quick time. It's taking forever. There we go. Hopefully the sound's a bit better as well, without the little bobbling sound as I'm walking. Oh yeah, that's working much better. That's what we should have been doing to begin with. None of this farting around. I think there's a breeze coming this way, because the flame doesn't seem to get down the bottom here. We need this piping hot as well because it's chicken. Oh my god, there you go. I can use a little lid. To pop it all in, look. Genius. Absolute genius. Oh. If you'd like to win a Trangia T27, go to raffle.com, raffall.com/walk cook walk, and you can win one for as little as 50 pence per ticket. Trangia, get yourself out there, go cooking in the woods, you know. Right. Let's double check one of these pieces of chicken's hot. It's hot all the way through. Fantastic. Shut that off, save some fuel. Right, let's get this loaded up. I'm salivating just looking at it. I'm hoping you can see it, so it makes you salivate as well. Put too much in, you gone done it. You screwed up, cuz. Get some salsa in there. I'll probably take a bit of this home with me. Glad I set the top up. as you can hear. It's not really peeing it down, but it's not about getting wet when you don't have to. Oh, come on guys, look at that, man. First time cooking on a side quest as well, I think. Although it's not really cooking, reheating. I could get used to this. More time spent in the woods can't be a bad thing. Picture collected. Oh. Now let's try and not make it fall apart. Try. Oh no, it's burst at the bottom. 1 o'clock and all is well. I want to check where this water's going. Nowhere at the moment. It's not really heavy enough. So, if for whatever reason it started to well up, I'd just drop this side down, possibly tie it to that branch there. I want to learn how to start using different shapes in tarps. I don't think my tarp's very comprehensive though. It's only got, you're supposed to have poles for it, but I've lost the poles, so just tie it to trees and peg down. Now you could just, if you had a load of trees that are in a good vicinity to each other, like here, you could just have this one continuous canopy, you know, covering quite a few of you. I'm not sure how big this is. I have been looking at some. I very rarely have anyone with me, so I don't really need a massive one. Something the same size as this, but I'm sticking out like a sore thumb with a blue tarp. The plan was to leave this here overnight if we was going to come Friday daytime. So then we've got some dry ground for when we do get here. But the problem with that is someone could see it from out there, then steal it or whatever. And with my trail cam being over there, I don't really want to draw attention to the area. No. It would be nice to have somewhere semi-dry, and with it lashing it down, not have to then put up a tarp. I shall ponder it. Oh, my coffee's gone. I'm going to scoff this. We'll get cleared up, packed up, and we'll get out of here. If you join me to the end, thank you very much. It is much appreciated. I hope you had as much fun watching it as I did making it. You know, a bit muddy from walking over the field, but there's any mud in it. I'll see you at the weekend. Take it easy. Love you and leave you. Bye bye.